Cet instant, le meilleur moment de la journée.
I always want to make a movie about art, and I choose, cooking, because for me it could be real on the screen. This idea of we need to be real on the screen brought me to the idea of filming everything in long shots with the actors actually cooking. But of course, I was cautious, so I cast the doubles for Juliette and Benoît to use their hands. Because I guess that for some scenes it could be dangerous. They could hurt themselves with knife or boil water or fire. But then I didn't use them at all because Juliette and Benoît, they absolutely want to do everything by themselves. Juliette was there from the beginning. So because I knew her for a while and we always promised each other to make a movie together. But from the beginning, I wanted to have Benoît. Juliette doubted about it because she thought that he would refuse the role because they were a couple, 20 years ago. And when they split, it was not in good terms. And they didn't make another movie together after they split. So I was a little bit anxious, but for me, he was perfect for the role. So I had to wait until the end of the process of the casting to ask him without telling Juliette. So I went to him and I said, here's the script and Juliette is in it. So please tell me if you like it enough to say yes. So the next day he called me and said, I'm in. So I told Juliette and she was really surprised. And she told me that it's going to be difficult working with him. And I asked her, how difficult, and she said, you see. Originally in the script, Eugénie was the only one who cooked in the kitchen. But during the preparation, when I talked with Pierre Gagnère, he said that one person to do everything, all these dishes at the same time, it's impossible. She needs at least 3 people to help her. So I start to give some work to each one. And then the first day of the shooting, Juliette realized that Benoît has too much to do. And it would not give the idea that she's the cook of the place. And she was right. So I had to talk to Benoît, and he was upset. So he just left. But then after 1 week of shooting, the chemistry between them was so beautiful. Both of them are very busy. I asked them to give me a week of training for the kitchen, for the cooking. But then they could only give me half a day. But since they cook in real life, it was almost natural for them. And also because I prepared a movie with Pierre Gagnère, he cooked for me and I filmed everything. So the way he's cooking was very natural. We don't see anything that looks really sophisticated, really complex or difficult. And when Benoît and Juliette saw the video of Pierre cooking, they felt relieved because it looks like, normal life. I chose this place because of its circulations. Very interesting. The brief for the scouting was to find a place where I can go from Dodin's room to Eugénie's room without, having to cut. It needs to be fluid from the kitchen to, another place. I have to be able to film it without cutting the camera. That was the idea at the beginning. So we found the place like that, and then we chose to build the kitchen in the largest room of the castle, so that we have space to work and to have sophisticated and complex camera movements and to let the characters moving freely without the marks on the floor, because I don't like it. I wanted the light of the movie to reflect the state of mind of Eugénie, because she said that she liked summer. She liked the heat inside of her body. So everything in the movie need to have, this warm color, and especially at sunset, we make the sun coming in the kitchen through the windows and doors, and it has this very profound, warm color. And when it happened in the movie that it's not warm, then it reveals something different. It reveals the idea of Eugénie being sick, So something is not normal when it's not warm. When I shoot a cooking scene, I had to do it several times, but we cannot reproduce exactly the same. So each time it's a little different. So I asked Fred, and he said it's the same thing for him, because in the restaurant they did the same dish over and over again, day after day. So he had time to catch something that was interesting for him. I really like the Fred's movie. It's long, 4 hours, but this time is interesting because we can see these people doubting. Normally all this you cut out. You see what is efficient, but now no. They talk and they seem not to know, and they they keep on questioning what they are doing, and I quite like it.